Alright folks, we've got traps right up here. We got some kind of dog track. I'm assuming it's a coyote. I'm not getting out here to look at it real close. But we definitely had a dog up here yesterday, last night, this morning, some point in time. We've got traps right out here at the end of this road. There's a gate right out here, and then we've got 3 more traps across that gate. So I'm really hoping that we have a coyote in one of these traps out here. Pretty good sized track. We'll ride these traps and see what we got. So see what happens here. Stay tuned. We're out here in West Virginia. We're doing some trapping. We caught a coyote right up here the other day. I don't know, maybe about 100 yards away. We're just gonna put another hay set in here real quick. All you do is get you 3 or 4 flakes of hay, fluff them up. Them coyotes come in there and mouse around in it. So we're gonna put a trap on either side of it, and then we're just gonna hide some bait and lure and stuff like that in the middle. A bunch of goodies for them to kind of get in there and mess around with it. And the more they stay here, the longer they stay here, the more they mess around, the better the odds are that you're gonna have one in the trap whenever you come back. So stay tuned here with us. I'll show you how to dig these traps and do these beds, and then we'll get these traps set. And we didn't have anything else today in any of the other traps, so we're going to concentrate on getting a few more sets out today. I think I've got 19 traps left. I got 24 more ordered. So season's really just getting into the good part here, so you guys stay tuned. Okay guys, what I'm going to do right here, I kind of got the camera zoomed into the trap, but coyote generally, I set my trap from wherever I'm going to put my bait, 10 inches back and 2 inches right or left, because that's about where your coyote foot's going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig this trap bed out, maybe I'll set our sifter down here. You want to try and keep it as neat and clean as possible, or I do anyway. A lot of people do it different. There are some sets that you can just go in there and throw a bunch of dirt around and it works. Looks like something's been digging around in there before they got there, so that kind of intrigues them sometimes. We're not going to do that here. We're going to keep this nice and neat, clean. It's rocky here, so you're going to have to bear with me. Kind of pound this trap bed out since it's so rocky. Bad thing about all these rocks is it's going to be really hard to get your trap to sit in there tight. So with sets like this, you really got to make sure you bed them good, so that way they don't rock, they don't move, they don't do anything whenever a coyote comes in, or a fox or cat, whatever. Whatever your target animal is, you just want to make sure that that trap doesn't rock. You want to make that bed 2 to 3 inches deep. Make sure it's plenty big for you to get your trap in. I'll go ahead and set this trap. Alright, we got our trap set. We'll get our driver. I just made this driver yesterday, so we're just going to see how well it's going to work. The other one gets stuck every now and again, so I made a bigger one. One that you can really beat on. There, I think we're through the rock. Finally. That worked out pretty good. Now, as long as this thing sets, oh yeah, it's set good. Well, that isn't good. My swivel come off of my chain, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way to get that thing closed. I'm glad that happened, because if it didn't, we may have come in here and had a trap missing. So I'll set that down there like that. See if we can do this without smashing my fingers. A lot of people weld these. I used to, but then then if something happens, if you get some scent on your trap, you can just unbuckle it there, put a new trap on it, and you're good to go. So I like to leave them unwelded, just for that little teeny tiny simple reason. It's nothing major. That's the only pro that I can see to not welding them. So we'll I think I got it closed there. I don't think it's going to come out of there, but I still don't like it. There, I got it closed. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do, the way I like setting my traps is this right here is called your dog. I always put that towards, I always say dog to dog, because I like trapping coyotes. So you always put that there, so that way whenever they step in it, they've got all this room down here to completely throw their foot in there, to where you get a good pad catch at the end of the day. Okay, that's all good. Try and beat that spring down in there a little bit. Make sure our trap fits. Oh yeah, trap fits good. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll take a little bit of this dirt, we'll put down here in the bottom, over top of all them rocks and everything, to give us something to really bed the trap in. Make it really seat in there good. Just find a place where it sits good there, and take the stuff that you dug out of the trap. Try and keep the debris out of it, the sticks and the grass and stuff like that if you can. It really doesn't matter, because all this is just packing your trap in. Tell you what, that's got a lot of grass and stuff in it. I don't like that. So we'll use some of our sifting dirt to pack his trap in. You want to make sure your trap is solid. You You're not going to catch much if your trap's in there rocking around. Whenever they're mousing around in here or whatever, if they go to step in it and that trap's rocking, you're not going to have a very good success rate. The trap's still rocking a little bit. Nice, solid trap bed. Cannot stress that enough. If it's not solid and that trap's in there moving, you're not going to catch much. Now we'll get our pan cover, and that's just a basic piece of screen. You can make your own. You can use wax paper, you can use toilet paper, you can use paper towels. You can use a lot of different things, but really doesn't matter really what you use, just as long as you don't have a lot of as long as you don't get a bunch of dirt and stuff underneath your trap bed, then you're usually okay. So our trap's bedded good. We'll sift some dirt over top of it here, so that way we can camouflage it in really good. Take all that excess. Like I said, try and keep it nice and neat. Try and keep it as neat as you possibly can. Any big rocks or anything that's in there, throw them out. Kind of move your hand around in a circle, find your trap pan, put the dirt back in, pack it in a little bit. You don't want to pack it in hard, because you got to remember you only got about 2.5 pounds of pan tension in there. So that one's done. We can take some of this hay, some of this debris, after I get the trap and everything all completely done, after I bait it and everything, I'll come back in and I'll throw some of this grass and stuff over top of it, try and camouflage it in a little bit more. But that's your basic, that's basically just setting your trap. And like I say, after I get both sides done and get everything baited and everything, then I'll show you what the final set looks like. I know it just looks like a mound of hay, but these sets are deadly. So next time you're out on your trap line, think about using these. If you don't, try them. They are amazing sets. So with that being said, I'm gonna get that other trap set, and then we'll go on down the hall and probably make another 1 or 2 or 3 of these. It's just, just got this great big flat bottom all the way down through here. And I'll show you here. So we've got a hay set right in there, and then we've got another hay set where we caught that coyote. I can zoom into it, I can see it right there. And then we've got another one here, and then we've got this great big flat bottom all the way down through there past that house. It makes a right and goes on down the hollow. Okay folks, Chris Heater back here again, getting ready to put some bait and lure in this hay. There's one trap, and here's the other trap. Now you can see that they're, I don't know, about 8 foot apart. So that way if 2 coyotes come in, or a red fox and a coyote, or a bobcat and a red fox, whatever, you know what I mean? So that way if you catch one, they don't disturb the other trap, but maybe you get something in the other one, or maybe you have a red fox and the coyote's coming in to kill it and is messing around this hay or whatever first. And then you have a chance to get him. So try to always space your traps out far enough apart where if you do catch one in one trap, then you don't catch the same animal in the other trap. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but the more the more chances you have, the better off you are. So we're gonna start putting our dirt and everything away and spread this hay out a little bit more, and then start hiding some goodies in here for these dogs. So stay tuned, y'all. He's just mad. Got a good pad catch. See if you can zoom in there on his foot. Got a really nice pad catch on this coyote, and that's, like I said on the last segment there. You know, paying attention is key whenever you're trapping these animals. You know, if you're new, make sure you either read up on it or something. You know, have somebody show you, have somebody teach you. You don't want to make these animals trap smart. If you make them trap smart, then you're just educating them, and it's a lot harder to catch an educated coyote or an educated fox, educated animal of any kind. It makes it so much harder. Like I told you guys earlier on my way out here, if we did catch anything today, it was going to be a muddy mess, and that's what we got here. We've got a muddy dog. But yeah, we're not gonna reset this trap. I'm just gonna stomp it in the ground. It's way too muddy to try and do anything with it today. So as soon as it quits raining and it gets dried up, then we'll try to come in here and remake this set and clean it up a little bit. This was just a basic dirt hole set. Just dig a hole, throw some bait in it with some lure, and then set your trap. Just your basic set. But yeah, it's a nice coyote. I was really hoping it was going to do some barking and some howling for us, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. Hey guys, Chris Eater here. Going to check the traps. Property owner already checked them today, and we caught 3 coyotes. 3 coyotes and a possum. One of the coyotes was a toe catch, so he went ahead and took care of it. Oh God, camper fell. Alright, sorry about that. Going out this bumpy road trying to film. I'll try to hang on to the camera this time. So one coyote was a toe catch. The other 2 coyotes, he left in there so we could get some film on them. And the possum, he went ahead and took care of the possum, but that's, sometimes that happens. Possums will mess up your coyote sets. So we are headed to Jane Lou, West Virginia right now to take care of these coyotes. This is the first time I've ever caught 3 in one night. I've caught 2 several times. I don't know, we've got 40 or 50 traps out probably. So we're gonna go out here and get these coyotes on film for you guys, and then we'll show you the remake. So you guys stay tuned. We'll get him taken care of, him or her, whatever it is here, and then we'll do a remake. So let's see what happens. You guys stay tuned. Alright folks, we're riding up here. We got another coyote up here on top of this flat. Hopefully it's still here. We're gonna ride up here to it. They said it was a little bit darker. Oh, right there it is. Keep your light on it if you can. I'm trying to get on it. Oh, I had it. There it is. We're gonna ride up here on this dog. We're gonna see what we got, and this makes coyote number 3. So we're gonna we'll get this one dispatched, see if it's a male or a female. I'm gonna try and get it to sing, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So I was really hoping that we would have a double of one of these sets. We've got urine post sets at each one of these. This is the second coyote in the same night in a hay set. So, hay sets are very, very deadly. Very, very deadly sets. All right, hang on. Shine on his foot.
up there, hound dog.